Did you know there's a special infusion you can drink for just 3 nights that could completely transform your intimate energy, your performance, and even the quality of your sleep? But here's the thing. The secret behind this powerful drink is something that almost nobody talks about openly. I'm Dr. Emily Carson, and I've been working as a urologist for over 15 years, specializing in treating men over 55 here in Canada. I've seen firsthand how this infusion improves circulation, regulates hormones, and naturally revives the desire that many folks believe is lost forever. Now, before we dive in, let me tell you exactly what you're going to get from this video today. I'm not just going to tell you about some miracle cure and leave you hanging. No, by the end of this, you'll know the exact recipe, the precise measurements, how long to drink it, and most importantly, the answers to the questions I know you're already thinking about. Things like, can I use powdered ginger instead of fresh? Or do I drink all 500 milliliters at once? Trust me, I've heard these questions hundreds of times in my practice, and I'm going to answer every single one of them today. The problem starts silently, with signs that most people ignore. When testosterone levels drop and inflammation increases in the prostate, your body sends warning signals that often go unnoticed. Waking up several times during the night to use the washroom, feeling less firmness during intimate moments, or losing desire without any clear explanation, these are just the beginning of this hidden struggle. And let me be honest with you, as a physician who's worked with over 1,000 men dealing with these exact issues, I know how frustrating and even embarrassing this can be. Some of my patients have told me their partners complain during intimate moments, which affects not just their physical health, but their emotional well-being and their relationships. That's why I'm so passionate about sharing solutions that actually work. Here's where the recipe I'm about to share comes into play. It's a combination of 3 powerful ingredients backed by scientific research and centuries of traditional use as natural stimulants and hormonal regulators. When these simple elements combine, they can make a dramatic difference. The 3 key ingredients are fresh ginger, turmeric powder, and cloves. Together, they create an infusion that stimulates blood flow, reduces inflammation, and sharpens sensitivity. But why and how do they work exactly? That's the fascinating part, and I'm going to break it down for you in plain English. None of that complicated medical jargon. Ginger contains gingerol, a compound known for improving circulation and offering mild but consistent aphrodisiac effects, especially in older men experiencing hormonal changes. I've had patients tell me they feel more alert and energized after just a few days of using ginger regularly. Turmeric, which is rich in curcumin, acts as a potent, natural anti-inflammatory. Now, inflammation is a huge factor in prostate issues, and reducing that inflammation can make a world of difference in how you feel, both in terms of urinary function and intimate performance. However, the real secret weapon here is cloves. Although they're small, cloves contain something incredible in their eugenol content. Eugenol stimulates the nervous system and fights urinary infections, which many men over 55 deal with without even realizing it. These low-grade infections can contribute to that constant urgency to use the washroom, especially at night. So when we combine all 3 of these ingredients, we're not just treating one symptom. We're addressing multiple factors that affect your intimate health and overall quality of life. Now, preparation is absolutely crucial here, folks. The way you prepare this infusion determines whether it works or not. I always tell my patients that the clearer and more precise the method, the better the results. So let me walk you through this step by step, and I mean every single step, because the details really matter. First, take 2 cups of water, that's about 500 milliliters, in a stainless steel or glass pot. Never use aluminum because it can react with the turmeric and reduce the effectiveness of the infusion. When the water starts to bubble, add 1 teaspoon of freshly grated ginger, 1 level teaspoon of turmeric powder, and 3 whole cloves. Now here's a question I get all the time. Dr. Carson, what if I don't have fresh ginger? Can I use powdered ginger? Absolutely, you can. If you're using powdered ginger, use half a teaspoon, just half, because the powder is more concentrated than fresh ginger. Fresh is better if you can get it, but powdered definitely works if that's what you've got on hand. But here's the trick, and this is where most people mess it up. The time and temperature are fundamental. You need to reduce the heat to the lowest setting and let the mixture simmer gently for exactly 10 minutes. This allows the essential oils to release and concentrate. Don't rush this step and don't let it boil aggressively. We want a gentle simmer, just small bubbles breaking the surface. After 10 minutes, turn off the heat and cover the pot, letting the infusion steep for 5 more minutes. Why is this resting time so important? The answer lies in preserving the most potent properties of the ingredients. When we cover it and let it steep, we're trapping those volatile compounds, the essential oils and active ingredients inside the pot, instead of letting them evaporate into your kitchen. Think of it like making a really good cup of tea. You wouldn't leave the tea bag in boiling water with no lid, right? Same principle here. Once it's strained and served hot in a ceramic cup, this drink should be consumed about 30 minutes before going to bed, calmly and without distractions, like a ritual. I encourage my patients to make this a mindful moment. Put away your phone, turn off the TV, and just sit with this drink. Take slow sips, let your body relax. This isn't just about the physical compounds in the infusion. It's also about giving yourself that time to wind down and signal to your body that it's time to rest and repair. Now, here's the part that's absolutely critical, and I cannot stress this enough because this is where I get the most questions. Let me be crystal clear about dosage and timing, because confusion here can lead to disappointment or even discomfort. The 500 milliliters you just prepared, that's enough for 2 nights, not 1. Here's what you do. Pour about 250 milliliters, that's 1 cup, into your ceramic mug and drink that tonight. Store the remaining 250 milliliters in a glass container in your fridge and warm it up gently the next night. Never microwave it though. Use a small pot to reheat it gently, just until it's warm, not boiling. So your protocol looks like this. Drink 1 cup, 250 milliliters every night for 3 consecutive nights. That means you'll need to prepare this recipe twice. Once for nights 1 and 2, and once again for night 3. Drink it 30 minutes before bed, every single night for those 3 nights. After the 3 nights are complete, take a break for 4 days. Don't drink it at all during those 4 days. Then, if you feel you need to, you can repeat the cycle. You can do up to 3 cycles like this, but after 3 cycles, take a longer break of 2 to 3 weeks before starting again. Why this specific schedule? Because our bodies adapt to substances over time, and taking breaks ensures that the infusion remains effective. It also gives your system time to reset and prevents any potential buildup or side effects. I've found through working with my patients that this cycling approach gives the best results without any of the drawbacks that can come from taking something continuously. Another question I hear constantly, can I add anything to make it taste better? Look, I get it. This isn't exactly hot chocolate we're talking about here. The taste is pretty earthy and a bit spicy from the ginger. But here's the deal. Don't add sugar. Sugar affects your hormones, particularly insulin, which can actually work against what we're trying to achieve here. If you absolutely need to sweeten it, and some folks do, you can add half a teaspoon of raw honey, but only after the 5-minute resting period is done. Don't add honey while it's boiling because the high heat destroys the beneficial enzymes in honey. And honestly, after the first night, most of my patients tell me they get used to the taste, and some even come to enjoy it. Don't add milk or cream either. I know some of you might be thinking about making this into a kind of latte situation, but dairy can interfere with the absorption of curcumin from the turmeric. Keep it simple, keep it pure. Now let me tell you about what you can actually expect, because I think this is really important. I don't believe in overpromising and underdelivering. Many of my patients comment that from the very first night, they sleep better and feel less urinary urgency. That's usually the first thing guys notice. Maybe instead of getting up 4 times to use the washroom, they're only getting up once or twice. By the 3rd day, they notice greater firmness and renewed desire. But here's something important to understand. These effects build over time. Let me share some real results from my practice here in Canada. I had a patient, let's call him Mike, who's 58 years old. Before starting this protocol, Mike was getting up 4 to 5 times every night to use the washroom. His wife was frustrated because he was constantly disturbing her sleep, and he was exhausted all day from the interrupted rest. After just 3 nights of this infusion, Mike reported he was only getting up once per night. After 2 complete cycles, he was sleeping through most nights without needing to get up at all. His wife noticed the difference too, not just in their sleep quality, but in their intimate life as well. Another patient, let's call him Robert, who's 62, came to me because he'd noticed about a 60% decline in firmness over the past few years. He felt embarrassed about it, and it was affecting his confidence. After 1 week of using this infusion in the cycling pattern I described, he reported that his firmness had improved by about 40%. After a month, remember, with the proper breaks in between, he told me he felt like he'd turned back the clock by about 10 years. His energy levels increased by roughly 40% too, which affected not just his intimate life, but his entire day-to-day functioning. Then there's Anthony, 55 years old, who told me straight up, "Dr. Carson, I feel like I've recovered the desire I had when I was 40. And honestly, I'm sleeping like a baby for the first time in years." These aren't just feel-good stories I'm making up, folks. These are real results from real patients I've worked with right here in my practice. But how does this infusion actually affect the nervous system and prostate inflammation? The mechanism is actually quite fascinating. The gingerol from ginger improves blood flow throughout your entire body, but particularly to the pelvic region. Better blood flow means better function, plain and simple. The curcumin from turmeric actively reduces inflammation in the prostate gland. When your prostate is inflamed, it can press on your bladder and urethra, causing that constant urge to urinate and affecting your intimate function. By reducing that inflammation, we're taking pressure off those systems. The eugenol from cloves does something really interesting. It stimulates your nervous system in a way that enhances sensitivity and response. Recent studies have shown that turmeric combined with ginger can increase free testosterone in older men when taken for at least 7 days. Cloves improve sperm motility and reduce urinary infections with regular use. But here's what I love about this natural approach. Unlike pharmaceutical options, this mixture doesn't create dependency, and the side effects are minimal if you follow the guidelines I'm giving you. Now, despite all these benefits, this infusion isn't for everyone, and I need to be completely upfront about that. If you're taking blood thinners like warfarin, Coumadin, or even regular aspirin, you need to be very careful. Both ginger and turmeric have natural blood thinning properties, and combining them with pharmaceutical blood thinners can be dangerous. If you're on any blood thinning medication, please talk to your doctor before trying this. If you suffer from active gastric ulcers, this might irritate your stomach. The ginger especially can be quite warming and stimulating to your digestive system. If you have liver or kidney problems, you should also check with your doctor first because these organs are responsible for processing and eliminating compounds from your body, and we want to make sure we're not overloading them. Here are the signs that you should stop immediately. If you feel nausea or stomach pain that doesn't go away, if you develop skin rashes or hives, or if you experience persistent dizziness. These are signs that your body isn't agreeing with one or more of the ingredients, and you should discontinue use right away. What else should you consider before starting? Well, if you're on diabetes medication, be aware that turmeric can lower blood sugar. That's actually a good thing in many cases, but it can interact with your diabetes medication and potentially cause your blood sugar to drop too low. So, monitor your blood sugar carefully if you're diabetic. And again, check with your doctor. If you're healthy but just feeling less energetic or waking up several times during the night, this simple drink can make a real difference. But why is consistency over 3 nights the key to unlocking its power? The science behind this timing is really fascinating. Your body needs time to build up these compounds in your system. Think of it like this. If you work out once, you don't suddenly have muscles, right? You need consistent effort over time. Same principle here. The compounds in this infusion need to accumulate and start working on reducing inflammation, improving circulation, and supporting hormone production. 3 nights gives your body enough exposure to start seeing real changes. Many men over 50 are hesitant to talk about these issues, but intimate health is vital for overall well-being. Sleeping well, urinating comfortably, and maintaining sexual desire aren't luxuries. They're signs that your body is functioning properly. And you know what? There's no shame in wanting to feel vital and energetic and interested in intimacy. That's a normal, healthy part of being human, regardless of your age. Let me also address something that I know some of you are thinking about. You might be wondering if you should change other things in your lifestyle to maximize the effects of this infusion. The answer is yes, absolutely. If you really want to see the best results, here's what I recommend. First, try to cut out alcohol for at least the 3 nights you're taking this infusion, and ideally during the entire cycle. Alcohol is the #1 blocker of testosterone production, and it also causes inflammation. If you're drinking regularly, you're basically working against yourself. Second, make sure you're getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep in a completely dark room. Light exposure at night, even from your phone or alarm clock, can reduce testosterone production by up to 20%. Use blackout curtains if you can, cover any LED lights in your bedroom, and keep your phone in another room or at least face down and across the room. Third, consider adding zinc to your dinner routine. Zinc is a crucial cofactor for testosterone production. About 15 milligrams with your evening meal can support the work this infusion is doing. You can get zinc from supplements or from foods like oysters, beef, pumpkin seeds, and cashews. If you're up for it, there are also specific exercises that can enhance the effects of this infusion. I'm talking about Kegel exercises for men. A lot of guys think Kegels are just for women, but that's completely wrong. Men can and should do Kegels too. These exercises strengthen your pelvic floor muscles, which directly support sexual function and bladder control. Just 3 minutes a day can make a significant difference, especially when combined with this infusion. Here's a quick way to find your pelvic floor muscles. Next time you're urinating, try to stop the flow midstream. The muscles you use to do that? Those are your pelvic floor muscles. To exercise them, squeeze those muscles and hold for 5 seconds, then release for 5 seconds. Do this 10 times, 3 times a day. You can do it anywhere, sitting at your desk, driving your car, watching TV. Nobody knows you're doing it, but the benefits are real. I also want you to understand that while this infusion is powerful, it's not magic. If you've got serious underlying health issues, severe cardiovascular disease, uncontrolled diabetes, significant hormonal imbalances, this drink alone isn't going to fix everything. It's a tool, a really effective tool, but it works best as part of an overall approach to your health. Make sure you're staying active, eating a balanced diet with plenty of vegetables and healthy fats, managing your stress levels, and staying connected with your healthcare provider. All right, so you're ready to give this a try. Here's exactly what you need to do. Tonight, not tomorrow, not next week, tonight, go to your kitchen and prepare this infusion. Follow the steps I gave you exactly. When you're done, drink your first cup 30 minutes before bed. Take a photo of yourself with the ingredients or with your first cup. I want you to come back to this video in 3 days and leave a comment. Tell me your results. Did you sleep better? Are you getting up less at night? How's your energy? How's your desire? I read every single comment when I can, and I respond personally when possible. Your feedback not only helps me understand how this is working for you, but it also helps other men who are dealing with the same issues. When you share your honest experience, you're helping someone else who might be too embarrassed to ask these questions or who's skeptical about trying natural remedies. And listen, if you know someone who could benefit from this information, maybe a friend, a brother, your dad, someone you care about who you know is struggling with these issues, share this video with them. Sometimes the most valuable gift you can give someone is information that could genuinely improve their quality of life. It might feel a bit awkward to send someone a video about intimate health, but trust me, they'll appreciate it more than you know. Remember, it's never too late to recover what seemed lost. Your body has an incredible ability to heal and regenerate when you give it the right tools. This infusion is one of those tools. The decision is yours. You can keep dealing with interrupted sleep, frequent bathroom trips, and declining intimate function. Or you can take action tonight and see what's possible. Natural remedies often have more power than we give them credit for, especially when they're used correctly and consistently. I'll see you in the comments, and I'm genuinely looking forward to hearing about your results. Take care of yourselves, folks, and here's to better nights and better health.